Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel English Literature. We have read Holy Thursday, that is from Songs of Innocence. And after this, when we read this poem, we'll feel like that something was on our eyes, that was detaching ourselves from the actual reality, the naked truth. If it is stripping us from the actual scenario. A disillusionment, a delusion is going to shatter here. As if we were wearing a rosette glass while reading that poem, and now we are visioning the most horrible truth through our bare naked eyes. Is this a holy thing to say? So the poem starts with a question. And holiness is just a cover, and hypocrisy is the only reality. Take note. Holiness is just a cover. Hypocrisy is only reality. Is this a holy thing? Is this a sacred thing to see? Question. How can such a rich and beautiful land, rich and fruitful land, can keep its inhabitants so poor? Is this a holy thing? So what is this? We come to know from the further reading. So question flame. The question flames our curiosity. So what we are going to meet? In a rich and fruitful land, what does it refer to? It refers to inland. It is an irony. You will find that it is an irony. This phrase rich and fruitful is an irony. It challenges the notion that Britain is a great country. Again in line number 8, when you will go in line number 8, you will find there is a line, it is a land of poverty. So these two lines, line number 2 and you will find again in line number 8, Blake is just cynically calling it a rich and fruitful land, and actually what he meant, he described that in line number 8. It is not a rich country, but it is just a land of poverty. Yes, we all know that England is a rich country on account of its commercial transaction. And it is a very glorious country, but under that glory, under that prosperity, under that industrial revolution, whatever it is, there is a stark naked truth, and that truth Blake is going to just open for us and stripping for us. So in this poem we will find the cynical tone of the speaker, and the lines are not longer like the Holy Thursday from Songs of Innocence. Here lines are very short. Lines are shorter than the previous poem. These points are important, you have to remember. So, and you will find contrast. Everywhere you will find contrast, compare, wealthy. At one point there is a wealthy person, and on the other hand there is misery. Babes reduced to misery. Babes here refers to children. No glory picture is drawn here surrounding the children. The children are brought to a certain condition, a state of utter suffering, a misery on account of public negligence and indifference. But they are shown mercy and kindness once a year on the day of Holy Thursday. So children are reduced to misery. Young children are reduced to misery. It means brought into a certain condition or way of life. Misery means great suffering, we know. Misery means great suffering. Reduced means, actually reduce, the word reduced has connotation. They are in a certain position, but from that position they are brought into a certain condition. And by whom? By the state, by the government, by the officials who are treating them with negligence, with indifference. Fed with cold and assertion. So they are fed, they are provided with cold and Asar's hand. The word cold refers to indifference. They are not warm. They are not warm. They are not full of feeling for the children. They lack warmth, affection, kindness. There is no warmth in their behavior. They lack kindness, affection. So the officials who are offering them charity even once in a year, that charity is even cold. There is no real love or affection on that part. Actual reality, actual reason is another thing. Asara's hand. Who are Asaras? It means who lend money. A Asaras is who lend money in high interest. Okay. So these Asaran hands, Asaras means they are accustomed to Asari. Means job of lending money with high interest. And now they are investing in these charity homes. Why? Why they are investing? They only know just how they can profit. They only know profit. So why they are investing here? Number one, they are investing because it is a kind of investment, black money, white money, and again they try to redeem some consolation in their soul, to redeem for their sin by investing once a year with these children, in this charity home with these children. But actually Asara's hand is part for the whole synecdoche. It indicates the money-minded people. The hand stands for the people who are money-minded, part for the whole. The money-minded people who, for the sake of money, keep the business of charity home. They behave roughly with the children, torture them, and profit out of them. Seek charity from kind people. So all these things are business. They are indifferent to the children suffering. They have nothing to do with that. Whatever they are doing for their commercial benefit. They do not provide the children out of love or sympathy, but to redeem their own sin for getting their own commercial benefit. So cold, that suggests lack of warmth, affection and kindness, clear the meaning with that line, that Asara's hand. They are giving charity because they expect some return on the investment. They are displaying publicly, oh my God, how kind they are, how generous they are. But they are not. They are winning God's favor at the same time, in that way. God is for the rich people, so who can just invest more, they can get God's love more, God's mercy. Is that trembling cry a song? So in the previous poem, the speaker says that the cry is like harmonious thundering, that is reaching heaven, mighty wind. The children's voices are compared with mighty wind, voice of heaven, the voice raised to heaven, the voice of song, harmonious thundering. Now he is saying, the speaker is saying that is that trembling cry a song? As if the same picture, the picture of Holy Thursday, is seen from two different angles. Now it is called a trembling cry, a shaking, quivering. In Holy Thursday, from Songs of Innocence, the song was shown as mighty wind, harmonious thundering, but now it is trembling cry. So the poet observes all these through an experienced eyes that was observed by innocent eyes. So same picture was once observed by innocent eyes. Now this is observed by experienced eyes. So now we can understand the importance of lamb and tiger. We need both innocence and experience at the same time. If you remain innocent and feel that the church officials are doing wondering things, doing generous things, then we will be foolish. So that's why to know the truth we need experienced eyes. So we need experience, we need tiger. So all these Blake's poems are related with the theme and subject and understanding. There is hunger, there is cold, there is no love, there is no affection. So how can the song be a song? It is just a sinking cry. No love, no food, no care. So how can there be a song? It is just a trembling cry. Can it be a song of joy? It's the same question he is asking. It is not possible for the poor children to sing joyfully or spontaneously when they remain constantly worried about their food and clothing. The officers force the children to sing song of joy. They are forced because they want to show the world, they want to show publicly that they are doing some great job. They are just patronizing these orphan, helpless children. So they are forcing the children to sing a song of joy on Holy Thursday to show for their own interest. In exchange of their given food, and they are told to sing songs. But their songs are not spontaneous. They are forced. Their songs are forced, not spontaneous. They are marked with fear and sorrow. And so many children poor. The reality of a rich and prosperous country is now here. So many children poor. So where is that rich and prosperous country? So in a rich and prosperous country, how can so many children be poor? Amidst wealth and prosperity, there are underfed, undernourished, underclothed, unhappy children. So great paradox. If England is a rich and prosperous country, then why the children are poor? So England has no claim to be called rich and prosperous. So what it is? It is a land of poverty. Write down. England has no claim to be called rich and prosperous. It is a land of poverty, where there is so many poor, unfortunate children in a country where the children are poor, unfortunate, unfed. It cannot be a land of prosperity. It is a land of poverty. So that in line 2 and line 8, you will find this contrast. It is a land of poverty. And their sun does never shine. There means children's. Sun they are already treated with coldness. How can their sun ever shine? Sun indicates mercy, love, kindness, health. The world of children is never visited by any light of joy and happiness. Darkness is there. Darkness of sorrow, darkness of suffering. So in their life there is no sun. In their life there is coldness, darkness, misery. And their fields are bleak and bare. Fields means the places they live. The places they play and live or roam. So those places are bleak and bare. Bleak means cheerless, bare means poor, and existence of nothing. So these words bleak and bare signifies nothing, no hope, poor condition. And their ways are filled with thorns, and their ways, their paths are filled with thorns. Thorns means thorns of misery, suffering, hardness. The children cannot progress as their roads are full or covered with thorns of poverty. One cannot progress if the roads are full of misery, the thorns of misery, poverty, coldness, indifference. So children's ways are full of thorns. How can they progress? It is eternal winter there, everlasting winter there. There means the place where the children live. This we already find this. The fields, and here it refers to the fields means the places where the children live. The place where the children live, and wherever the sun does shine. And now once again, eternal winter. That winter is symbolic of suffering, coldness. Children are associated with coldness, winter. So winter is symbolic of suffering and distress, lack of warmth and liveliness. The life of children is of endless misery and suffering. Eternal winter means endless suffering. Eternal winter refers to endless suffering. For wherever the sun does shine, sun means rises and spread out light. Where sun spread out their light, spread out his light. And wherever the rain does fall, again rain is also associated with blessing, drops of mercy and kindness. So where in that country where there is sun and rain, that country can be fruitful. Where there is the warmth of sun and the regular rainfall, that country there will be fruitful, there will be cropful, and there will be no barren and bleak. Babe means children can never hunger there. Here hunger is used as a verb. Starve. Children will not be in starvation. Children can never starve in a country where the sun shines and there is rain, so there is enough harvest. Not poverty the mind appall. The mind of the children. Appall means frightened. So the mind of the children will not be frightened by poverty there. In a country that is truly rich and fruitful and properly managed, no poverty can frighten the mind of the children. So England is not a rich country, because in this country the children are always frightened. Now the contrast between the actual reality and what is said about England, a rich and prosperous country, is shown here. In Songs of Innocence and Songs of Experience, they are projecting two contrasting images of Holy Thursday. And when you will finish this poem, again go for that poem Songs of Innocence, that is taken from Songs of Innocence. And then you will find that even in that poem there are some lines, some words that will hints at the dreary and bleak condition of actual reality. So I think you have understand this, and if there is any problem you can ask me by commenting below. Thank you for staying with me. Bye.